This might shock you, but Scripture reveals a different truth. People have told you, you shouldn't pray lying down, that's lazy, that's disrespectful. But what if the Bible actually shows moments where God responded to people who prayed while they were weak, sick, or couldn't even stand up? Let me show you something that religion rarely talks about. Some traditions judge your posture. God looks at your heart. There are powerful prayers in Scripture that didn't happen in a church building. They happened in weakness, sickness, and exhaustion. Let's start with King Hezekiah, a man who literally received a death sentence from the prophet Isaiah. You're not going to recover. Imagine hearing that. No treatment, no solution, just prepare to die. In that moment, Hezekiah didn't kneel, he didn't stand. He simply turned his face toward the wall and whispered a prayer from his bed. And before the prophet could even leave the palace, God stopped him and said, "Go back. I heard his prayer." And God added 15 more years to his life. That wasn't performance. That was surrender. And God honored it. Another moment, Jacob. At the end of his life, barely able to stand, leaning on his staff, still worshiping. God didn't say, "Stand properly." He accepted the worship coming from a weak body, but a sincere heart. David wrote, "On my bed I remember you." Psalm 63. He prayed from the place where he rested. And this is the same David who led Israel in worship. Jesus also warned about people praying just to be noticed. Matthew 6. He didn't condemn standing, he condemned pretending. God is after authenticity, not choreography. And look at Hannah, broken, overwhelmed, barely forming words. The priest thought she was drunk, but God heard her heart and blessed her with Samuel. 1 Samuel 1. Over and over, Scripture shows the same pattern. God responds to sincerity, not physical position. Paul wrote, "Pray continually." 1 Thessalonians 5. That means in every situation, walking, working, driving, resting, lying down. God never said prayer only counts if your knees touch the ground. Do you realize something? Sometimes your weakest position becomes your strongest moment with God. When you're too tired to perform, you're finally real. Romans says the Spirit helps us in our weakness. Romans 8:26. God already knows when you're exhausted, hurting, or unable to move. He isn't waiting for you to look spiritual. He's waiting for you to speak to Him honestly. Some people kneel because it helps them focus. Some stand because it keeps them awake. Some walk because it clears their mind. Those are personal choices, not divine requirements. Think about Jonah praying underwater in a fish. Think about Peter praying while sinking. Think about the thief on the cross, unable to move. God hears hearts, not positions. Maybe you're praying at midnight because that's the only quiet moment you have. Maybe your body is in pain. Maybe exhaustion hits you the second you touch your pillow. Listen, your posture doesn't disqualify your prayer. Your weakness doesn't silence your voice. Your bed can become an altar. When your strength ends, God's strength begins. Paul learned this when God said, "My power shows up best in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12:9. So next time you're lying in bed, overthinking, worrying, hurting, restless, or unable to sleep, Talk to God right there. You don't need perfect words. You don't need perfect posture. You just need a willing heart. Religion teaches rules. Relationship opens access. Jesus didn't die so you could follow a prayer pose. He died so you could approach God anywhere, anytime. Standing, sitting, driving, crying, or lying flat on your back. God is listening. So let me ask you, what's the most unexpected place you prayed and God answered? Share it in the comments. Your story might encourage someone right now. And if this opened your eyes today, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real biblical truth. Not tradition, biblical truth. Prayer is not about impressing God. It's about connecting with Him. Wherever you are, however you feel, just pray.